really. We're the kings of the Sunday, on the ball for the Monday.
Yes guys, it's your boy DC and we're back again with another guest. Okay, this guy is a familiar face for you lot. You may have seen that on the Football Academy, but he also laces up for the Sunday team. It's your boy, Johnny Klopp. What's happening, Johnny Klopp?
Yeah,
What's happening, Johnny?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good, man. How's things? I ain't seen you in a while. It's good to see you again.
It's been a good couple of weeks. You know, I'm so used to seeing you every day or every other day.
Exactly, but it's
Change up a bit.
It's been a few weeks. Okay, so we're gonna just talk about a few things about your football career and about obviously DC and stuff, and obviously what you actually do in DC, because you're not just a player. You have other stuff as well which you do, you know, with the club as well. So, firstly, before we start, I just want to know, what does grassroots football mean to you?
Grassroots football? Well, it's just a chance. Well, to me, it's just a chance for me to play with my friends and, you know, people that I regard as my brothers, and to enjoy playing football. You know, we're all out there to, you know, we wake up on a Sunday morning for a reason. It's because of the love of the game and the people that we're surrounded by, that we're playing with. So, yeah, that's Sunday. That's grassroots football to me. Yeah,
to be fair, I think grassroots football holds a big place or space in someone's life, because it's where footballers, you know, start their career.
Yeah.
And it's obviously where a lot of the pros and that are picked up from, and so where everyone, you know, starts their career and stuff as well from. So it's good that grassroots football is here, and I hope that as a platform and as a club we can take it to the next level and, you know, develop it as much as we can.
Definitely.
So let's go back in the day. You know, you're an older player now, so we have to wind back the years until he's a youngster. So where did football start for you? So like, you know, back in the day when you was a youngster, like, where did you start playing football, your first grassroots club, and, you know, kind of talk us through the steps of your grassroots career and, you know, stuff like that.
You know what? Football started in primary school for me. I started playing football in year 1 in the playground. You know, every playtime, lunchtime, you know, I remember going home, my trousers get ripped because I used to get fouled. I was quite nippy as well. So that was the first, you know, sort of memory I had of playing football. And in terms of grassroots football, I played for a team called Red Lions.
Red Lions?
Yeah, in year 7.
Where's that based?
In Bermondsey, so not too far from Fisher Athletics, actually, where we train.
Yeah.
So I started playing for them in year 7, so that's my first proper team.
Where are you from originally? Like,
Peckham.
Peckham. Okay, okay.
So I played for a 5-a-side team prior to that.
Okay.
We used to play on a Wednesday evening.
Okay,
it was,
cool.
A team called Peckham Leisure Centre, and then obviously that got closed down. Then I had to look for a new team. Then I found Red Lions. So yeah, I loved it. I mean, literally, we used to train on a Tuesday evening, Friday evening, matches on Sundays.
And how old were you at this time?
At the time, I was in year 7, so I was like 11.
Right, that's
11 going on 12.
Yeah,
so from here, like, did you know, playing for Red Lions, playing for your previous club, did you know that I've got something special here, and I can make what I'm doing as like an enjoyment and take it to the next level and have a career from it? Or was it like later on?
To be fair though, at first it was just more about enjoying it. Like every boy, you know, in the playground dreamt of being Alan Shearer or being Mike Lowen at the time, or John. For me, it was John Barnes. You know, I wanted to be John Barnes.
Good name, that, you know.
Yeah.
The Barnes name is a good name.
John Barnes. So he's the reason why I actually started supporting Liverpool as well. So I was like, do you know what? I'd love to be, you know, a footballer as well one day.
Did you play in the same position as him?
No, at the time I used to play striker, but I just like John Barnes because like he was
one of them guys.
This was like towards the end of his career, so I think he started playing centre mid. But I just like, you know, his playing style.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, from then on I was like, do you know what? I want to be a footballer. So every time I played in the playground, it was a cup final for me. Every time I played for my Sunday team, it was a cup final. Do you know what I mean? So that's where it started, and that's when I started to dream of playing football. That's when I started writing letters to clubs at the time as well, asking for trials.
Okay,
that's what I did.
Serious?
I wrote to Millwall, wrote to Arsenal. Millwall actually got back to me.
Did they?
Yeah, they got back to me and said, unfortunately, you know, they're not offering any trials, but if they do, they'll get back to me.
Okay.
They hear from Arsenal.
Was you in the playground with the Wallabies on, like?
No,
that ultimate control right there, you know, it's different.
This is like the 90s, there weren't no Wallabies.
What would you have done?
Church shoes, knife shoes.
High tech. Do you know what that is?
High tech? Well, like Gola.
I know what high tech is. I know what high tech is, man.
I know what high tech and Gola. We used to play with Wallabies, innit? Get that ultimate touch.
I think Wallabies was like secondary school times, like year 10. So in primary school, it was like high tech, Gola,
all them ones.
The ones that used to light up in it.
Different things.
Some galactic dazzling. When you score, like the ball hits the foot and then your foot like something like that. So Right, so we're in secondary school now, aren't we? Yeah. So talk us through the next steps, because I believe, from what I know, and obviously we speak a lot. So you were signed to Fulham. So where did that come from, and at what age was that? And just talk us a little bit about Fulham, your time at Fulham, and from there. Yeah.
So prior to Fulham, so like I said, I was at Red Lions in year 7, and I played at Red Lions for a season.
Okay.
Up until year 8. And in year 8, I started playing for a team called Roehampton. And the reason why I started playing for them, because I signed up to this like football camp that Fulham were running at the time. So I went like during, I think it was during the summer holidays actually, yeah. Year 8 going into year 9, I signed up and I did it throughout the whole summer. And the coaches, they were quite impressed. So they were like, they referred me to a team called Roehampton. But obviously at the time, Roehampton and Peckham's like 2 different worlds.
Yeah, of
like,
course.
It was like an hour and a bit away, so I'd get a bus 37 from Peckham all the way to Putney and get another bus. So it's an hour and a half journey, 2 hours easily. So yeah, I just dedicated myself to the team. So I played with them for a year, and the coach of Roehampton had a link to Fulham. So he got, you know, me, my best friend. You know, we're still friends now. About 20 years, we actually played with each other at Red Lions. We're still friends now. Yeah,
that's mad.
So he got us trials at Fulham. So I went to the trials and impressed. And I think this was like, year 9, end of year 9. Yeah, end of year 9, I started playing for Fulham, and obviously I got in. So that was just like,
because you gassed it, innit?
Oh, I was just over it.
What was your mindset like at that moment when you got in? Like when you went to school, do you think, yeah, like, I'm the man?
Do you know
this
what?
is my time.
I wasn't really like that, you know.
You were calm.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Because to be fair, when I went for the trials, no one really knew. I didn't tell anyone. I went for the trials in December, and it was like during the Christmas holidays.
Okay.
And they didn't get back to me because I performed so well. I knew that I performed well, and they were going to get back to me, but they didn't get back to me till the new year. So when I went back to school, I was still waiting for, you know,
to come back to
tell me whether I can come back for the 6-week trials or not. And yeah, when they called me to go for the 6-week trials, again, I didn't tell anyone.
Yeah,
I was just thinking, you know, worst case scenario, let's say I told everyone and I didn't get in.
It's long.
Do you know what? It's long.
Yeah,
I've got a lot of, you know,
long.
questions coming my way. So I thought, you know, I'm going to keep everything on the wraps. And that's what I did. So when I got in, and then I got my tracksuit, and that's when people started to see me around my area.
Different.
So straight after school, I had to get changed.
Did you swear every day, like the tracksuit?
No, not every day.
If it was me, I'm living that, fam.
No. So yeah, no, I wasn't really too big time like that. Yeah.
That's cool, man. So talk us through your time at Fulham. So like, how long was you there for?
I was at Fulham for like a year and a half, up until
before you got a scholar, innit?
Before 16.
Yeah. So
talk us there to 11.
Talk us through like the emotions and like the story, what happened at Fulham and stuff like that, and any players that you played with that went on to make it as a pro and stuff like that, and then obviously talk us about what happened at Fulham, like the decline, and obviously how it ended there as well.
Yeah. So obviously when I got to Fulham, like every training session, every match was a cup final. Do you know what I mean? So when I was on trials, there to impress. So I was just fortunate during my trial period. I scored for them as well, so things were going quite well.
Yeah.
So I got in now, and that's when the pressure sort of kicked in. There was no chance to like, you know, get comfortable because everyone was fighting for replacing the team.
Yeah.
And like no one wanted to turn up on a Sunday to not be in the team or to be on the bench. Everyone wanted to start.
Yeah, 100%.
So obviously it's like year 10 times now. So the coach is always talking about, you know, YTS. You know, you got to start thinking about that. You got to start working towards that. So even though we were teammates, we were also competing against one another. Because YTS probably 5 players out of, I don't know, a squad of 14, 15 I'm going to get YTS. So it was like a lot of pressure. And of course I got the pressure of the family as well. They come out every Sundays to watch.
What did your family think about you being at Fulham?
Oh, I mean, they loved it. They loved it. I mean, prior to that, no one really came to watch me play. Obviously, being at Fulham, I've got my uncles.
Changed everything, you know,
if I'm playing Arsenal on the weekend or I'm playing Chelsea, because they support Arsenal or Chelsea, they'll be like, oh, Jide will come to watch you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, a lot of pressure. So families come out and watch. Friends as well around the area, because they just saw me as, oh, he's a baller, he's got to make it.
Yeah.
So, not only did I want to, you know, not disappoint, you know, disappoint myself, but disappoint others around me as well.
Yeah, friends and family.
So there was a lot of pressure, but at the same time, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed being in that sort of environment and seeing like the professionals. I mean, the first time I saw the first team train, I was amazed. And I saw Louis Saha as well for the first time.
Before he went United.
Before he went to United. He was just unreal.
Did that like inspire you and motivate you even more, like seeing the first team players and stuff?
It did. And I used to, because we used to get free tickets as well to watch the first team.
So every game?
Yeah, every game, yeah.
That's lit.
So every home game, so like maybe every other week, go to Craven Cottage. I go with my dad, and yeah, we just watched them play. Like Mal Bronk, I'm not sure if you remember Mal.
Mal Bronk.
Steve Mal Bronk, what a player. Louis Saha. So watching them guys train.
Was Van der Sar there as well then?
Van der Sar was there. Yeah, the Blxck, Bon Mortes, old school players.
Old school.
Yeah, when I first started watching football, players they're old school players. Yeah.
That's when Van der Sar weren't even that good.
Yeah, word.
Do you know what? He was always good, you know. Yeah, because he was at Juventus before. He was at a big club. He was a Champions League winner at Ajax. Then, like, obviously, he wanted. I don't think he was playing regularly, so he went to Fulham.
Oh, is it?
So, yeah. So it was a lot to get my head around that I'm actually at Fulham. I've kind of got an opportunity to make something of myself and to better my family as well.
Yeah, of course.
So definitely, there's a lot of pressure on, on that. On that side of things. So, but at the same time, I enjoyed it. Yeah. So, leading up to me leaving the club, so it got to like year 11 now, and it's crunch time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everyone finds out whether you get a YTS or not.
Just for the viewers, can you explain what YTS is?
Oh, YTS is a scholarship. So it's a 2-year scholarship. So some players get a 2-year scholarship and maybe a pro as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you're basically full time, you're training every day. You're doing your education there as well. So prior to that, you're a schoolboy, so you're there, twice a week. You play once a week. So
but then if you get YTS, you're there all the time.
You're training every single day. You're around. Stuff. You're training the same time as the first.
But you got to do things like, obviously it's changed now. So for example, like you'll have to go and clean the first team players' boots and stuff, innit?
Yeah, that's what we do. Yeah. So so it's crunch time, and I remember this was like March. I can't remember what year. It was, but it was in March, and after training, my coach was actually Paul Clement.
I remember telling me,
yeah. He was my coach, so he pulled me aside after training. He's like, "Oh, have you received the letter yet?" I was like, "No, I haven't." So a part of me was thinking, "Is it the YTS that I'm going to be offered?"
So you rushed home, innit? Did you rush home?
I was like, I need to get home. Like maybe there's a letter. So I got home now. I asked my mum, "Have I got a letter?" She was like, "No, nothing came through." So so that night I had a dream. I was thinking, the dream wasn't like what I had expected. So I had a dream that Fulham released me. So obviously I woke up, I was thinking, no, that can't be it. And the postman posted a letter now.
And it was a letter
from Fulham. And as I saw that letter, I was just like, do you know what, this is not good. So I've opened it now, and the first word that I read was unfortunately. I just knew.
Yeah.
And literally, I cried. And this is like this is in the morning before school as well. So I cried and I went into school, my eyes were red. And one of my good friends that I used to hang out with at the time, as soon as he saw me, he knew that something was up. So I didn't want to tell anyone. So then he was like, "No, what's wrong? And again, I got like in the class and I started crying. He was like, "What's wrong?" And I told him.
What was like, from then how was you like feeling as a person? Was you obviously upset?
I was heartbroken.
But did you feel like the dream was done?
Do you know what I thought it was over?
Yeah.
Oh, man. And how old are you at the time? 16?
I was 15 because I've got a late birthday.
Oh, okay.
So I was 15 going on 16.
Yeah.
So I thought it was over. I was thinking, what am I going to do myself now? Like, I've dedicated myself to this.
Yeah, this my mind was set.
I didn't have a plan B. So my plan A was my plan B, C and D. And I was to be a footballer.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, what am I going to do myself now? Where am I going to go? So anyway, I just got myself together. And I thought, okay, cool. I need to find another club.
Was that quite soon after, or did it take a few weeks to just...
Do you know what? It was straight... It was about a few days after. Okay. Because what Paul Clement said to me was, I can still stay till the end of the season. So end of the season was in May. I can stay, I can still train, I can play. But I didn't want that. I didn't want to be somewhere where I'm not wanted. That's how I felt. I was
not even really signed to Mali, so there's no point.
So I was like, no, that's torture, so I'm just going to leave. So I left now. And I got a trial at Wickham, and I didn't really like it there. Like, obviously, coming from Fulham, the setup that I had at Fulham and then going to Wickham, it's totally different.
Yeah.
So I didn't like it. The training ground wasn't really that great. At the time, they were bottom of League 2.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And Tony Adams was their first team manager as well at the time.
Was he?
Yeah. This was just after he finished playing.
Oh, wow. I don't even know you managed Wycombe Wanderers.
Yeah, he was at Wycombe. Yeah. So I went to Wycombe. I went to Charlton. I went to a few clubs, didn't work out. So I dropped down the leagues and I went to Aldershot. So went to Aldershot. I played in a trial match and they were playing Woking.
Okay, cool, yeah.
Yeah. So I played in that game, played really well and I scored. So the coach was like, do you know what, I want to sign you.
Good.
So I was like, alright, fair enough, at least someone wants me in it.
Yeah.
So I just thought, because he wants me, you know, and that's the first time in a while that a coach actually put arm around me as well.
Yeah.
Thought, yeah,
Okay, this is going to be good. Yeah, they're going to take care of me.
Just quickly, we're going to go back to Fulham just for 2 seconds. So, do you think that if you was a player now playing for Fulham, do you reckon the outcome would have been different?
Yeah, it would have been different because the reason why they released me, the reason that they gave me anyways, was that I was too small. So I was too small, too skinny.
What has changed since then, innit?
Yeah, and like my style of play, obviously,
Because you was a winger, weren't you?
I was a winger at the time. I was a winger / forward. So I was the type of player that I like the ball to feet. You know, I like to dribble,
Take on players,
take players on, and you know, at the time, a lot of the players back then quite, you know, they're stronger than me, bigger than me. So that's why I was lacking that the physicality side of things. So that's why it probably would have been different now. Maybe I'm not saying I probably would have got a pro, but maybe I would have had more of a chance
to do it
than then.
It's a shame though, isn't it? It's a shame that that's happened because it's like, especially like how now football is now.
Exactly.
You know, football's developed like you said, you're a dribbler, ball to feet.
Now.
Exactly.
Back
so
then it was more, you know, physical, bang down the channel.
Yeah, big boys. So
yeah, we'll go back to who he was. So he was at Aldershot, yeah.
Yeah, so I was at Aldershot. So I was there for a season, but I was very inconsistent at Aldershot. I think my confidence was low. So I went, like, I'd perform one game, and for the next couple of games, I was non-existent. And it was a big squad as well.
Was this the youth team?
This is youth team, under 18s.
Yeah.
And we had a player, so there was 2 players actually. One player, he was in the academy with me, Danny Hilton. He went on to play for the first team. He went on to play in the Football League as well. Had a good career. He, like, at first, at the start of the season, he didn't really get a look in. So I think it was like December, played his first game, played well, scored, and since then he just got, you know, he was getting his goals, you know, he started to perform consistently. So I just thought, you know what, I need to be a little bit more like him. So rather than, you know, me losing my head, you know, not being in the starting lineup, I just got to wait for my opportunity when it comes.
Take it.
I've got to take it just like what he's done. And then he's worked his way into the reserves. At the time they weren't not under 23s. Gone into the reserves and on the brink of first team. And this is in the space of like a year and a half. So I was like, do you know what, he's an inspiration. So I need to knuckle down to work. But unfortunately things didn't work out over there. So when I played my first game for Aldershot, remember I said I played against Woking, I scored. So the coach remembered me from the previous season. So I'm looking for a club now and I've asked to go and trial at Woking. And he was like, oh, I remember you. So he's like, alright. So they offered me like a 2-week trial. So they offered a 2-week trial, signed for them, and I started doing my education there as well. So they were doing like a sports beta, like what we do.
Like DC.
So I did it at Woking. I was there with the under 18s, under 19s. We didn't have a reserves at Woking. So it was after under 19s, it was at first team. So
big jump.
So, but the thing about Woking, they give a lot of their young players an opportunity to train the first team as well. So I was lucky in that sense. So I got a feel of being around 13 players, and the 13 players that I was around all played in the Football League, so they had a little bit of experience as well behind them. So it was good to be around people like that because, you know, they make you understand, you know, you got to work, you know, you're here on merit as well. So that's what I did, and I impressed in training. You know, I came across a few players in training that I looked up to again. You know, one of them being Kevin James, you know, who's at Dulwich now. And I just I tried to mould my game, you know, around, you know, him, because he was a centre midfielder. At the time, I wanted to change positions. I wanted to play centre midfield, you know, because I wanted a lot more of the ball. So I was around him, a few other players like, you know, Gorman Lambert, players you don't know. They used to play.
Jid, can you tell everyone about the story of Kevin James? About the time I think it's the same player. Make sure it is. It's the time when he was getting onto you in the game.
Oh yeah, no, it wasn't in the game. It was in training.
On training, yeah, is it?
Yeah. So like in training, so the ball came to me and I lost it. So I lost it a good couple of times. So honestly, I'm a little bit nervous as well, innit? And he's just got onto me. So I've never had anyone get onto me like that. And I thought, oh, this guy's got something personal against me.
Yeah.
So anyways, he was giving it to me. So it got to the point where I lost my head. So I've reacted as well. So I was told him to like F off, innit?
Oh no.
So after training now, he's come up to me, he's talking to me like we're friends. So I'm thinking, oh yeah, but like, look at how he spoke to me, you know.
Yeah.
But then one thing he made me understand, it's nothing personal.
It's not.
It's just a standard that, you know, he set himself, and not just him, the other players as well. And I've got to do the same. So I can't let my standard slip. You know, if I lose the ball, I just got to make sure the next time I'm taking a little bit more care of it.
Make sure you do what's right.
So that's when I actually became a little bit close with him. Like, I discovered he lived not too far from me, so I said go into training with him. Okay, so at Woking, I actually got called up for a first team game against Stevenage.
Cool. Yeah.
And this is towards the end of the season now, so I'm excited.
What league are Woking in then?
Then we was in the conference Premier.
Yeah, so league below League 2.
Yeah. High level.
Yeah, so I played Stevenage at home, and it was a Tuesday game, in the evening, so it was on the floodlights. And there was like 3,500 people at the game.
This is the first time you played in front of that many people? Or
First time.
Okay, wow.
I think the most I played in front of prior to that was probably 100.
Hey,
yeah,
different.
3,000 people.
Hey, you can hear them.
It felt like 90,000 to me.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
definitely.
I couldn't even hear myself talk on the pitch. So during the warm up, I was so nervous. Like, I think my first touch was a little bit heavy as well.
Different too.
But it was such a nice experience, you know, being there. The players were very nice, you know, the fans as well. I didn't get on, but just being there was good enough for me.
Yeah, of course.
So
and you're still young as well, isn't it? So
Yeah, I think I was like 18 at the time. So I got a little taste of it. So I was like, do you know what? I need to be back here again. But that same night, the manager got sacked.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he got sacked, him and his assistant. But his assistant, though, was my coach. Well, he wasn't my coach, but he was a coach at Fulham when I was there.
Yeah.
As an academy boy.
Yeah.
So he knew me quite well. So they got a job, I'll swear, at Basingstoke. And I was still trying to fight for a place at Woking's first team. But the assistant coach that went with the manager to Basingstoke now called me, he was like, look, I've got a contract here for you. You know, I can guarantee you're going to get a first team opportunity to play.
And then these times, Basingstoke are
Conference South.
Conference
So
South.
league
below,
yeah. So I was thinking, do you know what? It's only a league below.
Yeah, it might be
go
a
down.
bit smart.
And you're still young as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I was 18
exactly.
at the time. You know, and it's just a chance to get first team experience as well.
Exactly.
So it was a no-brainer for me. So I went and then I did pre-season with them, and the first pre-season game was against Southampton. And Southampton had like Adam Lallana.
Oh, wow. The young boys, though, isn't it?
Yeah, because that Wright Phillips, Bradley Wright Phillips.
Yeah,
That's him as well. Them guys.
Damn.
Because I've seen a picture of you playing Portsmouth as well, and I've seen like Nico Cruncher, all them guys.
Remember?
Yeah, you showed me the pictures. Yeah, show me them.
So we played Southampton first game of pre-season, and I don't think I've ever run so much.
Is it?
Like, I've probably touched the ball like 3
Was the
times.
quality like miles apart?
It was miles apart.
Was the pace fast as well? Was it like really quick?
When they got the ball, it was just like, like
They had a plan.
1 minute it's there, next minute it's there.
Okay.
Do you know what I
And you
mean?
never experienced something like that kind
Never.
of before? Okay.
Never. So and at the time, Adam Lallana was the same age as me. He was 18 as well, and he was the best player on the pitch by a mile. And I remember that day.
Did you reckon from that day that he's gonna go?
Do you know what? The assistant manager said to us afterwards, he's like, don't worry about it. Like, I think we got beaten 3-4-0. He's like, don't beat yourselves up about it. We've actually done well to keep it down to 3 goals.
Yeah.
And it's like, that Adam Lallana, he will go on to represent England and play at the highest level.
And he did.
He did. He wasn't wrong.
No, he weren't.
So that was a really good experience. You know, played against Portsmouth as well, like you said. Played against Aston Villa. So you know,
big teams.
Yeah,
big teams.
So I played against some really good players. So Basingstoke, it was the right move for me. I was there for 6 years.
Wow.
And I was getting football. You know, I had the experience of playing against Brentford in the FA Cup at Griffins Park.
Yeah, you're telling me.
Played in the playoffs. So no regrets at all.
Because I don't know if you know, but I know because I've done my research. But you're actually in the Basingstoke history like legend player.
No way.
Yeah, I've seen
Serious?
it.
Wow, hey, that's dope, man.
You gotta send that to
You're
me.
like,
He didn't even
like,
know it.
what's it called? It's
Alumni.
like a legendary player at Basingstoke. I've seen it before. When I first met you,
that's mad.
you talking about
Where did you see it on the internet?
on the website. When I first met you, told me I played Basingstoke for 6 years. Obviously, I do these things. I do my research, and I saw that.
Make sure I was alive.
Yeah. And I see you on the website. It has like a testimonial page of you, like how many games you played, like your accolades. Have you done anything like that? Yeah, it's on there. It's on their page.
It's pretty cool, man.
It was a cool, nice club to play for. You know, a family club as well.
And sorry, you said you were there for 6 years. So at the end of 6 years, how old were you then?
24. Yeah,
okay.
24.
Wow.
So what happened off? So what happened there? Like, why after the 6 years did it not extend, or like what happened
I
from
stopped
there?
playing. So that last year, where I was at Basingstoke, it was a injury hit. Yeah, like hardly played any football that year. Because prior to that, the season before that, I can't remember how many games I played, but I played almost every single league game, every cup games, and that year we went into the playoffs as well. So I played a lot of football that year. So I think it took its toll on my body, and I started to feel pain in my shin. So I thought it was shin splints. So I carried on playing, but only to find out it was a fracture. So I was actually playing with a fracture. So the following season, hardly played, I was sidelined. And then when I eventually started training and I started to, get back into full fitness, I was sent out on loan. But I asked the manager to send me to Dulwich Hamlet because Dulwich Hamlet was local, had a few friends that played for them as well. So I went to Dulwich Hamlet I was meant to be there for a month.
So it's where you met Ethan, isn't it?
That's where I met Ethan, yeah. I was there for like a month, but my loan didn't even last that long because I was injured again. Yeah, I was injured again. So I think I played like 2 games. So I went back to Basingstoke, and at the end of the season they just said, they can't offer me another contract. So then I was like, do you know what, I need to take a year out because I just didn't feel the same. My leg was still hurting. So I thought I'll take a year out and then I'll get back into it. I'll come back into playing football. But during that year, that's when I decided to do my coaching badges. So I started doing my coaching badges, started working, and I think that was the biggest mistake I made, taking that year out, because after that
you can never get back to that kind of high, innit?
Yeah, not only just that, I didn't enjoy it, and like the travelling as well, like getting home 3 o'clock in the morning, and then having to go to work the next day.
It was a long one, wasn't it?
Yeah, I couldn't do it. So I was like, one's got to give. It's either I work or I play football. And taking a year out, find another club, and I was the type, I didn't really want to go on trial. I've never really had to go on trial since like
youth days.
Like,
you're proven now, so
So all these clubs that I was calling up, they were like, come on trial. I was like, I'm not going to, all the way to Brighton to trial for a team. It sounded big time, but that's just like how I saw it. Because I had enough, appearances in the Conference South.
You're proving yourself. You should know by now, kind of.
So that's when I just decided, you know what, I'm just going to focus on the coaching side of things. And I just haven't looked back since.
Going back to Basingstoke quickly, obviously you was there for 6 years and you was still relatively young, like before 25, 24 and stuff. So was there a time in them 6 years when you're playing regularly, you've been there for 6 years, or how many years you've been there for, do you think that, or was there a time where you thought like, I can make the jump into the Football League? Or
definitely. Yeah, I did. Especially in that season where I played, the season when we played Brentford in the FA Cup. Playing against those sort of players, and they were in the Championship at the time.
Yeah, of course.
And I didn't feel out of place or anything. I thought, you know what, I can actually do this. And the coach that I had, the assistant at Basingstoke, who was a coach at Fulham as well, always used to tell me, like, you can actually play play in the Football League. You just got to carry on working hard. So I just always believed that I'll make that jump.
Do you reckon then that the injury that you had an impact on you not getting into the Football League, or would you say you fell out of love of the game and that's what?
No, I fell out of love because I was like 24 and I was thinking, I'm getting old. I'm actually like in football age. That's kind of old.
Time's going. Yeah, time's going now.
So like, I'm 24. I haven't played in the Football League just yet. When is it going to happen? So when the injury happened as well, I knew I wasn't going to play for another year. So that would bring me into my, to my 25th birthday. So I was like, do you know what? I'm going to have to start thinking about reality and actually working, doing something. So that's probably part of the reason.
So you fell out of love with the game.
Yeah.
And did it take you a while to fall back in love with the game again, or has it always been a thing where you've always got that kind of shadow over the game of football?
No, do you know what? I fell out of love. I started coaching, but even though I stopped playing, on a Saturday I'd go to Dulwich Hamlet to watch them play, because it felt weird not doing anything on a Saturday. Saturday was for playing football, so I go to Dulwich Hamlet, I watched them, and then I joined a charity called Greenhouse where I started coaching, and I've got a few friends that were coaching there as well, and they set up a Sunday team, and they're like, look Jade, we want you to play for us as well, like, just enjoy it, a little kick about on a Sunday. It's like, no, I'm not playing that Sunday league. I haven't played Sunday league since I was like 10 years old.
Yeah.
So like, no, just come enjoy it. So I was like, alright, cool. And one of my friends actually bribed me. He was like, I've got a pair of boots as well, so if you come play,
I'll give you them.
keep them.
Yeah, you keep them. You thought,
and they were nice as well. So
if you come to my team, do one game,
so
you see what happened.
And I think I scored 2 goals that game, and like literally enjoyed it. I loved it. I was like, do you know what? I want to come back next week Sunday. So ever since, started playing Sunday football, and that's where the love of the game started to come back.
Yeah, because
but it was a different sort of love. It wasn't the sort of, before I was playing because I wanted to become a professional.
Yeah.
This time around,
there's a lot more pressure in it. Like when you're playing Sunday league, it's like you're playing with your boys.
I'm playing my boys.
Exactly.
I work with them. They live around my area because everyone was based in Peckham as well. And we used to do things outside of football. So
it's important.
Yeah. We used to, on a Saturday we'll link up, we'll go out, and turn up drunk on a Sunday, and then
it's a family, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, it was, and I'll see them during the week as well because we used to coach with one another.
Yeah.
So I'd say that really helped me to get back to loving the game again.
So let's fast forward to summer 2018.
Summer 2018, yeah.
We'll go to the time that DC Football Academy kind of like was in formation. So let's talk about the Football Academy side, like what happened, where you and DC kind of come together, and where we're at now.
Okay, so we met up. So obviously I've known Dylan for, when did we meet? 2014?
Since I was 18.
Yeah, I think 2014. And we were
How did you two meet?
Working together.
Yeah.
Oh right, mad.
One another. Yeah.
So met Ethan. So Ethan.
All at the same place.
Yeah.
Sick.
And I think you were sent to my school to come shadow me.
Yeah. So back in the day, Jide was my what's it called, trainer.
Yeah.
And then I was shadowing Jide.
Okay, that's mad.
And then we just built a relationship ever since. So he left the company before I did, but we still stayed in touch. So we used to speak now and again. And summer of 2018, we met up.
Yeah, because.
And then we were talking about having an academy, where we can have young players that are still trying to get into the pro game, but at the same time get an education as well, get something out of it. And I was like, do you know what? I did something like that. I did that at Woking. At the time, we never really had anything like that within the South East London area. I had to go all the way to Surrey to get that. So it'd be great to have that, in the
area we come from, yeah.
So that's when we just started planning. So we started planning in the summer. April 2019 was our first ever trial, wasn't it?
He was there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you came. Yeah.
That's jokes. Yeah,
and it was. How many people was we expecting that day? We was expecting 20
something.
Yeah,
and literally
six people came out. I remember that. I had to join in.
Yeah,
we joined in. Yeah, numbers. Yeah.
I think I joined in.
Yeah, you did. You did join in.
So it was a little bit shattering because we wanted to obviously have 20 players or 30 players
start off.
But we thought, you know what, we just got to keep going at it, innit? So we didn't let it dishearten us too much. And then we had our second trials. No, we had the Barnet camp.
Yeah, the Barnet camp.
And the Barnet camp in May.
He come to. He was there. He did there. Pascal was there. Did the recording, didn't he?
Yeah. Can't remember.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah. So we had the Barnet camp in May, which was I thought that was successful. Like we only had 10 players, but
10
players enjoyed it.
Yeah.
We enjoyed it, and we thought, you know what, we need to go even harder. We had meetings with schools. They liked the whole idea, and what happened? We have trials again. Yes,
Yeah,
we
we
did.
did.
We had trials again in July, I believe.
At Peckham
July
Town.
2019 at Peckham Town.
Yeah.
And again, the turnout wasn't that great. But then we were doing.
At this point, sorry, so I can ask you both actually. When the turnout isn't great, it's like just like third time. What is going through your mind at that point? Are you thinking? I know what DZ's thinking. He's thinking, no, for doing this, this is never going to end. But like, is there any doubt? Are you thinking that this looks a bit bleak, or do you have to wait another year?
There is a little bit of doubt, but when you've got your mind set on something, nothing's going to tell you, or nothing is going to make you, go off track.
Straight.
I never thought for 1 second this is not happening. We're still going to do this.
That's how you win.
Even if we get, 8 players, we're still doing this.
Straight.
And I think we both had that sort of mentality.
So it meshed well.
I'm sure there was times when we used to confide in one another, like, oh snap, like, how did you just get 6th place today?
Yeah.
And then it would either be him to share a few words of encouragement, or be me. We're like, do you know what? We just got to go in harder. Never give up.
I think from my perspective as well, it's like you got to, obviously, from what we do, I've done always, and for DC is always work in primary schools. It's a different kind of environment. Whereas going into this secondary thing, which I'm new to, Jide's new to, and trying to find a players, it's like we're new boys on the market, and no one's gonna
trust you yet.
Know who we are. So I always knew anyway that the first year is always gonna be difficult, and I always said to Jide that the first year we're never gonna be the finished article, because no one knows who we are. People got to buy into what we're trying to do. So obviously it's disheartening not having the players come, but seeing the players you have come who actually trusted what we was delivering was also satisfying, because we've got these boys that did believe in our project from stuff like that. Yeah.
I think the biggest challenge was, having the big clubs that were doing the same thing as what we were trying to do.
Trying to compete.
Yeah, we're trying to compete with these big clubs. Sure. And they've got the they don't really have to try hard to get the numbers.
Yeah, they've got the club attached to it.
They've got the name attached to it.
Just the name alone.
So we just had to make a name for ourselves almost. So going into our first year, we didn't have as many players as we had, we wanted. But regardless, with the players that we had, we thought, you know what, we've got to focus on these players, work hard with them. And to be fair, they knocked it down as well, and they just worked hard. And
they're successful first season.
We went on to win the league as well. Yeah. It's been a good first year.
We're very proud.
With winning, it brings a lot of attention as well.
Yeah.
So these young people are thinking, oh, okay, so they're winning week in, week out. We want to be a part of that as well.
So then we had a trial in December last year.
And December last year, and we had trials in January.
We had about 50 players come.
Yes,
what?
Yeah, we had,
No.
So we had so many players coming.
About 50 players
at one time.
We had to split into 2 days. At first,
2 days.
Wow, that's
one
big.
day.
That's massive.
But because we had a lot of interest, we thought, we have to do this.
Because it was too many people.
Too many people.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. So,
so at that moment there, you must feel like, wow, like...
I remember we was there, and I said to Jide, I was going to hug Jide, I was like, Jide,
we did it. No, you should be, man.
I had to take Jay's camera. I remember the cameraman, wasn't it? Because Jay couldn't come, and I was like, Jide, we've done it. We've done it.
No, that moment there, you must have felt like, wow.
And it was one of the ones where me and Jide were like, instead of like before, we was like begging, not begging, but like really competing for the players to come. It was like we had the choice now. We could now be like picky and like
let's get the best players we can.
So
for the best of
So we had the trials over the 2 days, and literally we were like to the boys, okay, we'll get back in touch with you, let you know whether your trials be successful or not. And we were getting like texts like, oh, when are we getting, when are we going to know?
Show me them,
eager to know
on it. They wanted to know.
They really wanted to know. I was like, we just took a moment and looked at each other.
These guys want it. They're interested in this. This is
So it's been a wonderful 2 years, to be honest. We've come a long way, but we've had a lot of success in a short time and space as well.
It's our second season we got, because obviously January this year, February was when we got the Puma deal done.
Yeah, it was in January.
Yeah, January we got the Puma deal done, and then
which was massive news.
Yeah, it was big news. And then from there, I think just the impact we've had on social media and the impact we've had on the pitch is what's led to success as the brand. And a lot of people talk about us, and they highly rate us as a club.
And it's especially Dennis is one of my best friends, and from like all the chats we have, you've been a massive part of that. You've been a massive part.
I've enjoyed every step of it, you know, because this is something that I'm passionate about. Do you know what I mean? And these boys are doing what I did all them years back as well. If I could do it again, you know, I'd do it with DC. You know, it's on my doorstep. I'm a local boy myself. Do you know what I mean? So all it is with the players that we've got, you know, they're working hard, and all I can say to them is to keep working hard, and hopefully, you know, their opportunity will come. And when it does come, they just got to grab it with 2 hands. So
Definitely.
So yeah, we move on to Sunday League. So DC, we start the Sunday League game this year.
Yeah.
And obviously, the first thing you said to me was, "I want to lace up again."
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's time to return.
It's time to return.
So yeah, I was eager to lace up because obviously I was a Rocker player. You know, I've been at Rocker. Well, we've changed our names quite a few times. You know, I've played for them for 5 years. We were Greenhouse before, then we were Peckham Town Sundays, then we were AFC Peckham, and now we're Rocker.
Wait. So
It's the same team.
I had to go back.
Change that.
So Greenhouse, the original.
Is now Rocker.
Is that what Rock is?
Yeah, that's what Rocker is.
I did not know that.
So,
I did not know that. That's incredible.
Yeah, what happened?
That's
Greenhouse said they didn't want to have anything to do with the football side of things no more.
Okay.
So they got rid of us, and we thought, do you know what? We need to carry this on. We need to have a Sunday League team still, because it was doing a lot for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Especially the young, because we had a lot of young players from the area playing for us, playing men's football, and a lot of them had like troubled backgrounds. Some of them were on road as well.
Yeah.
So for them to be around, you know, older players like myself and a few others,
that can inspire and change their life.
yeah,
It's important.
You know, Sunday morning and picking them up, you know, having a proper conversation with them, asking them what they're doing, what they're trying to do as well. And some of those players now went on to university, they've graduated, when they easily could have just gone, you know, another way.
That, like, at the start when Dylan asked you about like what does grassroots mean to you, like that's the great thing about grassroots. It brings everyone together. Like even from different parts of football, it brings us all together. Like on a Sunday, you wake up, you all come together, you play football, you have a laugh. You can go out after, you can go out on weekends. It's just a good thing. It's a great positive
thing. We
thing.
became a family.
Yeah.
And, you know, for some of these young boys, if not for football, I would have no interaction with them at all. So football brought us together.
Definitely.
You know, and those are players that I still keep in touch with now, and they're doing good things with themselves. So yeah. So we were Greenhouse, then we became Peckham Town, then AFC Peckham. Now we're Rocker. Yeah. I'm still, you know, I still have ties with them. You know, they're close friends of mine. You know, I regard them as family as well. Yeah. But in the last couple of years, our minutes on the pitch started to decrease. You know, getting a little bit older.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
You know, we've got younger players and good players as well.
Yeah, hungry.
That are playing. Yeah. You know, they're still playing on a Saturday and they're playing on a Sunday as well. So it's to give them an opportunity. Yes. You know, I'm not going to say my age, but I'm a lot older than them. So I don't want to steal that opportunity from them, so let them play. So whenever I can, when we don't have a game, I go watch them. And obviously when we say we're going to have the Sunday team, I feel, do you know, I'm not done just yet.
Yeah, let's get it.
So I said to Dylan, listen, I want to lace up. So I've laced up, I've played a few games, but it's been tough because my body started to break down as well. Over the years I've played plenty of football. Even when I played at academy level at Fulham, after training or after matches, I'll go play with my friends in the park. So I've played a lot of football over the years.
So, academy manager, 1 league title in the first season.
Yeah.
Beast.
Sunday league skipper.
Beast.
What does DC mean to you?
DC, we're a family. You know, we're a brand, and DC, we're going all the way. You know, DC is not just going to be a Sunday team. In the long run, one day we're going to become, you know, a semi-pro, and we're going to go on to do greater things as well and become a professional club.
Give it to them.
Teams like FC United, who started, you know, as an amateur club, and look at them in what, League 2, League 1?
Yeah, incredible.
So, sky's the limit.
Sky's really the limit.
Well, Jid, it's been a pleasure having you on.
Thank you for having
me. Definitely.
It's been a pleasure having and letting everyone know the insights of football career and about yourself at DC. Yeah. And as always, you know, you're a credit to the club
me. Credit to
and a credit to everything that's been done down here. So, yeah, hats off to you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
I'll have one of them hats as well.
Get me one.
But yeah, guys, make sure you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Comment down below if you've got any questions for Johnny Klopp, and we'll see you next time.
Really, we're the king to the Sunday, on the ball from the Monday, just took a flat to the